Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. What's better than tripping is falling in love. What's better than Letterman, Leno, Fallon, and all the above?
Hey YouTube, I just wanted to speak to you today on a very important issue in my opinion, with the recent reports of DeSean Jackson being cut from the Philadelphia Eagles because of reported gang connections. And obviously when you see DeSean Jackson, he's a black male, a black athlete who has tattoos and sags his pants and wears all these other type of clothes. He gives off that stereotypical black male athlete image, and he's a guy who has a rap label with his own rappers or whatever. I'm not sure if DeSean Jackson raps himself, but that's another part that goes into that stereotypical black male athlete stereotype. And for black males in sports, they have such a small window for just making mistakes and for error. Already, you think of Plaxico Burrs, shot himself in the leg in a club a couple years ago and got a full year in jail, and his career hasn't been the same since. Michael Vick, a former teammate of DeSean Jackson's, obviously went to jail for 2 years for hosting at his house that his cousin was basically in most of the time for dogfighting. That's a whole nother discussion, a whole nother video or whatever. Michael Vick and other black athletes, they give off the image of thug, a bad image, a cancer to the team, a bad locker room presence, just horrible, stereotypes that the black male has been given as an athlete. Chad Johnson, before he headbutted Evelyn Lozada, he had no arrest, and he was known as a thug. I mean, not really a thug, but he was known as, not a guy that you really want to have on your team, because he's not, he doesn't give the best image in the locker room. He's never been arrested before in his life, and he's a guy, him and Terrell Owens, both guys have given to the community multiple times, had few to no run-ins with the law, and they were still known as, you don't want those characters on your team. They're not good. They're bad presence in your locker room because, they're flamboyant. They have character or whatever with their game. And DeSean Jackson is another one of those guys. How many times have you heard of DeSean Jackson getting arrested? How many times have you heard DeSean Jackson gun charges or this or that or this? Never. And just because, he's a guy that might hang out with a certain group from his old friends before entering the league or even with the league or whatever, and he's trying to look hard as a rap label man, as a just a black man that's trying to be, give out that hip hop, tough, I'm tough, whatever image or whatever, to hang out with those people or to, even just take a picture with them. That doesn't necessarily mean he's a gangster. He's a thug. And I'm tired of this image and stereotype that ESPN and all the media, not ESPN, I apologize, not ESPN, not singling them out, but just the media in general has been given of the black male. And if you when you talk about race in sports, you have to look no further past the Philadelphia Eagles franchise themselves. Just last year, remember Riley Cooper was on YouTube. He got caught for saying the N-word, and the Eagles hit him with a ridiculous penalty of just like suspending him for one preseason game or a couple preseason games. Come on now. Let's be serious. They basically gave him that slap on the hand too, just because, they got so much negative publicity from the entire event. And when you think about Riley Cooper was a backup receiver, and he only got, 2 preseason games off or whatever. He got that, and he played the entire season and, played a vital role with the Philadelphia Eagles last season and whatnot. But DeSean Jackson is a guy who was a 3-time Pro Bowler, great player, great receiver, great returner, and everything like that. And he has not even, you can't even prove that he's in a gang, but you think he's in a gang. You think he has something related to a gang, and you release him? A player like DeSean Jackson, are you serious? I think it's ridiculous. That's just my honest opinion, but I want to know what you think. Please leave a comment and let me know. If I'm not seeing this thing 365 or whatever, let me know in the comments. Let me know your opinions and let me know what you think about race and sports and stereotypes for athletes of all colors and all genders. Just let me know.